Medical abortion pills are still legal in Wyoming for now. A ban would have gone into effect at the start of July, making it illegal to prescribe, buy, or sell pills. But today a judge put it on hold because of an ongoing lawsuit. She says the state's lawyers didn't prove abortion pills are unsafe. Wyoming is the only state trying to specifically ban abortion pills.
There have been a lot of court decisions like that one in Wyoming in the last year since the Supreme Court overturned Roe v. Wade, leaving individual states with the power to decide whether or not abortions are legal. Tomorrow marks 1 year since that decision from the Supreme Court, which turned states like Minnesota into havens for patients living in states where abortion is banned. John Croman has been talking to some of those on the front lines of that issue today. Hi, John.
Hey, abortion rights are protected here by that 1995 Minnesota Supreme Court ruling, but the Dobbs decision still had a big impact here. Democrats pushed for more reliable laws to protect Minnesotans and those who travel here for health care.
By repealing Roe v. Wade, the Supreme Court removed rights that had been in place for 50 years.
The opinion had been leaked, but we were just devastated and without words.
DFL Rep. Carly Katiza-Wathune was with other state lawmakers at a conference in Massachusetts last June 24th and ended up joining a protest there.
I'm going to remember that moment, and I would really encourage people to share out where they were and how they felt a year ago today.
Minnesotans saw what happened.
Katiza-Wathune led the charge for the PRO Act in the House to put the state Supreme Court's 1995 Doe v. Gomez ruling into state law.
Because you rode your vote. Minnesota is making history.
And she was front and center when Governor Walz signed it into law, one of 3 bills that reinforced abortion rights in the state this year.
These shifting sands, this changing landscape, this patchwork of reproductive freedom that we now have across the country, it's never happened before in terms of the Supreme Court taking rights away from U.S. citizens.
Abortion clinics like Whole Woman's Health in Bloomington have seen an upsurge in patients traveling here for care, according to CEO Amy Hagstrom Miller.
So Whole Woman's Health operates clinics in what really feels like 2 different Americas, where we had to close our clinics in Texas and Indiana, and where our clinics in Virginia and Maryland and Minnesota are seeing people from lots of places in the country.
Dr. Joseph Nelson moved from the Whole Woman's closed clinic in Texas to Minnesota, but like other providers with licenses in multiple states, he's looking over his shoulder.
Spent a lot of time this year trying to figure out how they can care for people no matter where they're from, and how they can protect themselves from hostile attorneys general or hostile health departments in some of these places that have banned abortion.
Planned Parenthood North Central States reports a 100% increase in patients from outside of the region, and the number of second trimester abortions has increased, especially in those coming from states with bans.
We are a haven, and we're trying to see as many patients as we can. But that means that our wait lists are longer for some procedures, and our staff are really feeling the urgency to get people in. So they're jumping through hoops to see as many patients as they can.
Now, the Rally for Life this year drew hundreds to the Capitol again, and abortion opponents remain determined in Minnesota to elect Republican lawmakers who will undo what the legislature did this year. On the national level, many Republican presidential candidates are calling for either a total ban nationwide or one that bans abortions after 15 weeks.
Yeah, John, you mentioned that the demand's gone up. Have they been able to keep up here locally?
They have to some extent. I mean, one thing that's helped, one of the laws that changed here was the 24-hour wait. So that has helped them keep their schedule, but it has been pretty intense from all accounts.